want to talk about something that a lot of people struggle with in writing, myself included. Everybody has trouble with this at one point or another, and that's writing in the most concise way possible. We often write like this, when what we really need to do is write like this. And I blame your teachers, because we say, I want 5 pages. And some of us, not me, but some of us, have penalized students for being just a little bit under that 5-page mark. And that has inspired people to puff up their language a little bit. Technical writing is not a puffy language style of writing. In technical writing, in business writing, and I would argue in almost any nonfiction writing, you want to be as clear and concise and to the point as possible. Let's practice with a sentence I have taken from a former student's assignment. And that student wrote, in measuring the honesty of a document, the document should be successful in communicating the truth in a way that is honest and not deceitful about what it can deliver to the customer. And if you read that sentence in teacher voice, like I just did, it sounds pretty good, but it's really, really wordy when you take a close look at it. Let's do that. The first thing I want you to think about when you're trying to make your own writing more concise is just looking to see if there are any words you can eliminate. Like in measuring, we can just start with a document. And if we start with a document, we don't need that part. A document should be successful in communicating the truth. But couldn't we take that out too? A document should be honest. Notice how communicating the truth and being honest mean the same thing. First of all, we don't want to say the same thing twice in the same sentence. When choosing which way to say it, choose the most direct and concise way. A document should be honest and not deceitful. Ooh, there we've got it again. Honest and not deceitful mean the same thing. A document should be honest about what it can deliver to the customer. And depending on the context, I might even take out customer. A document should be honest about what it can deliver. Imagine your textbooks were 50% longer than they needed to be because the writer had added all these extra words. Think about how much longer it would take you to get the same information. And you're busy. Wouldn't you find that annoying? Wouldn't you be more likely to skip the reading if the book was too verbose? People are the same way when reading instructions, when answering emails. The shorter and more direct, the better. And the more likely it is your audience will actually read your message through to the end. Another way to make your writing more concise is to avoid the passive voice. The passive voice is a grammatical term that refers to a sentence where the thing doing the action isn't the active part of the sentence grammatically. Sometimes the passive voice is perfectly fine. If I say the house was broken into, I don't know who broke into it, so maybe that's fine. But in most cases, the passive voice gives you text that is too wordy and potentially confusing. Here's a sentence. The tire should be able to be changed by doing what these instructions say to do. 16 words. But if you put it in the active voice, you can say the instructions explain how to change a tire. So the thing that is active in real life, the instructions, which are explaining, is also the active part of the sentence, the noun that is performing the verb. And it is not essential that you remember the grammatical explanation of active and passive voice. It's just important that you get an ear for it. You can hear it, that difference between the tire should be able to be changed by and the instructions explain how. You could also say a person could change a tire using these instructions. Or I changed my tire using these instructions. Note how I changed my tire is 7 words compared to 16. I give you a challenge. Every time you finish writing a piece of homework for this class, I want you to do a word count on it, and I want you to reduce your word count by 20% without losing important content. Remember, cross out and delete words that are not necessary. Avoid saying the same thing in 2 different ways. And look for places where you can put your writing in the active voice. The more direct your writing is, the more likely it is in the active voice. And remember, I am never going to grade you down for being short. If you say what needs to be said, that is not just all I'm looking for, that is exactly what I'm looking for.